Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Pawsome University Show. Today's show is a fun one. We got a lot of topics we're going to cover. Everything from puppies being home for the holidays, our free webinar that we'll be hosting, what to do if your dog is jumping on you when you get home, and what to do if your dog is choking. All that and more coming up next. Welcome back to the Pawsome University Show. Thanksgiving is over.
It is.
We made it through. Could that be any worse timing?
It was Instagram post 2 p.m., which I already did. Sorry.
Could that be any worse timing?
It was really bad.
You're killing me. I'm waiting to press record. Okay. We have some things to talk about today.
Yep.
We have some questions to answer. So let's just get right into it. Today is Tuesday.
Yes.
So in 2 days, 2 nights.
Tuesday, November 29th.
November 29th. So on December 1st, that is this coming Thursday. So most people won't hear this in time. But you're going to be hosting a free webinar, and it's going to be all about bringing home a puppy or taking a puppy into your home during the holiday seasons, whether it be like a gift for the family or something like that.
Yep.
You're doing a whole webinar on that. And it's free webinar, free for anybody to join. It'll be 8 p.m.
Eastern
Standard Time on December 1st. Link in the show notes. You could also go to our Instagram at Pawsome University, click on our link, the bio link, and you can find it right on there. What kind of things are you going to be talking about?
So it's all about bringing a puppy home.
A puppy?
I think mostly puppy. I'll talk a little bit. It's going to focus on puppy. I will sprinkle some maybe teenage dog area stuff in there, and a little bit about what to do if you have another dog at home as well, like an introduction. But it's going to mostly be focusing on just bringing a dog home for the holidays, maybe even before the holidays, just touching on anything that could possibly go on so everybody is ready and they don't start bad habits right off the bat. And if it makes you think, maybe I am a little in over my head, you reach out to us. We help you more on a specific level. But this is a free option for people to kind of make sure that they're heading out on the right foot and we're not going to have any issues, especially between siblings. That's like one of my biggest things.
Yeah, and it's a crucial point in time because we always see issues with the dogs that are, whether it be the family just wants to take them home for Christmas, like a home for the holidays kind of thing, which is what we call the webinar,
Yep.
Or they want to adopt. The timing, we're coming right into winter. Like winter's going to start and they're going to bring this dog home. And that's when we get all these developmental issues of dogs not getting the socialization that they need, those
Yep.
critical, 12 to 18 weeks, and then some as we go into the spring.
The spring hits and everyone goes nuts. And
So,
everyone's confused.
I'm sure you'll be talking about that in the webinar.
Yep, I'll be talking about the seasons changing and what you will probably see if you don't do X, Y, Z.
Right. So if that interests you at all, even if you're not bringing home a dog, you already brought home a dog and you have some issues, sign up for that webinar. It'll be the link in the show notes, and it's also going to be on our Instagram. It'll be easy to find on there. Sign up for it, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 1st.
Yep.
And I think we're probably going to make that an annual thing. If
I would love
continue
to.
We'll see how this one goes, and
Yes.
we'll make it an annual thing every December 1st.
And it'll get me started because I'm also going to be offering Zoom classes for specific things.
Zoom group classes.
A Zoom group class. So it'll be significantly more feasible for people if money is tight. So you can get the same information that I might be giving you in a one-on-one, but it'll be a group class. There'll be significantly more people on the call. And we'll have the chat open, so you won't be able to directly, talk to me through Zoom, but you'll be able to ask your questions while I'm talking, and maybe, get some of your bigger issues figured out while saving some money.
Well, it's good because you could be in soft pants. It could be a soft pant. You don't have to get all dressed up, worried about people seeing you, which is nice.
You're acting as if I ever really get dressed up.
Sometimes you do. Look at those. The eyelashes are on fleek.
Thank you. For people who are on the podcast and not watching our YouTube video right now, I got my lashes done. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I probably won't keep up with it forever because I am a very aggressive person, hence why I don't wear like an Apple Watch or much jewelry because I break everything. I like to rub my eyes. I am a tomboy, so This is a lot for me being fancy. I'm trying it out. Hopefully it works out, but I've already lost some because
Yes, you've already been back.
I just,
But-
yeah.
And every time you blink, I get a breeze.
Oh,
this way.
stop it.
It's nice. A little cooling.
The drama.
So speaking of a Christmas puppy situation,
Yes.
we are going to be fostering a puppy.
We are fostering a puppy. Not currently. We pick her up this coming weekend. We are going to be taking care of her for a rescue that needs us to before she gets adopted, and they didn't want to.
Yeah, she hasn't adopted. Basically, it's the adopters lined up for Christmas, but she needs somewhere to go before then.
Yeah.
And it was just such a good placement, and we offered to help. So we're gonna do some foundational training with
Yes.
the puppy to get the puppy ready.
Yeah, we're gonna
to go to its forever home.
Use the puppy a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It's
I'm having
rare.
deja
that-
vu right now, which is like super weird. I don't know if people experience that as
That's
much as I
insane.
do.
That's insane.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Well, let me know how it ends.
Yeah, so we're going to be using the puppy to create what I've been wanting to do. Similarly to our dogs and baby course, we are going to be putting hours of video and content together in one small, lovely package for you guys to purchase. If you are going to get a puppy and don't want to deal with me directly, you're more than welcome to just buy the package and have everything at your
Or
fingertips.
deal with you directly after.
Yeah. So we'll have two options where you buy the package and you're done, or you buy the package and then for a little bit of additional money, you'll get however many training sessions with me as follow-up to make sure you're doing everything correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's something that I've been wanting
Something
to do.
in the works.
And
we'll
we just haven't had a puppy
Two birds, one stone. We'll help this puppy make it to their forever home for Christmas.
with some extra training under her belt.
Right, which is exciting.
Yes.
We're helping out this rescue
Yes.
and we get to get some real good content. It's very rare you have a blank slate. How
Yeah.
many videos do we have to fake with Tishi because she knows everything. She's just
Well, we tried to use Nicole and Frank's pity, Doug,
Mhm.
but we had already taught them everything with their first dog, Chevy, that by the time I got to him,
They
they'd
did
already
all the
taught
work.
him 3 cues. And I was like, guys,
Yeah,
I needed him.
They did all the work. He's a good dog. though.
He's a great dog. They're both
So-
really good dogs.
So if you want to watch this puppy's progress, follow us on Instagram at Pawsome University. We're also gonna get these videos and get them into a course for anybody that does have a puppy or is looking into getting a puppy. So if you want to see how cute she is, she's really, really cute.
God,
Cute
she's so
little
cute.
pitty.
I can't wait.
Can't wait for the puppy breath.
Puppy breath. And we'll only have to deal with the puppiness for like a month
Yeah, that's the best
versus
part. And then we
a whole year.
dump it on somebody else.
For those that don't know, John and I we do not love the puppy season. We are not.
Listen, puppies are tough.
They are tough.
If you think they're easy,
They
you're
wear on you.
Rude awakening. They are tough.
Yes.
Okay, so we addressed that.
Yep.
We have some questions from Instagram that came through
Let's
before the holiday.
Do it.
That I'll let you start with this first one. So Brianna from Instagram, she's one of our Instagram followers, one of our friends on there. What's the best way to not get your dog to jump every time you go in the house?
Every time she goes in the house. Is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's a little different from like when guests come in the house.
Right. So I guess the dog jumping on you.
So it's different, but it's also similar. So I literally just got off a virtual call like a few minutes ago, and it was one of the things that we discussed. Again, I've said this a million times, but if you're a new listener, this is behavioral training, not command-based obedience training, right? So I want to set a platform up for these dogs to be in a space where they are seeing a behavior and can adapt to it, and then make that their routine versus us forcing them to do something. And every single time it's like pulling teeth and all they do is have a negative emotion about this experience that should be fun, right? You're coming home from work or wherever you were and your dog is excited to see you. I don't want to stunt that. I don't want to be like, go to your place, go lay down. I'm not saying hello to you until you calm
just want
yourself
to
down.
replace the undesirable behavior with something that is desirable.
Exactly. So I don't want them to be like, okay, well, when mom comes home, it's no longer fun. All I'm doing is getting yelled at, right? So what we really want to do, and you can do this both. You can put this towards if guests are coming in, or you can do this if you're coming in. So let's start with if you're coming in and no one else is home and your dog is free roaming and you come in. My suggestion is to leave some treats in your car or treats like by the front door where you can easily grab. It's better to have them in your hand before you even come in the door. So you know, again, you have your stuff on you. If you come in with a lot of stuff, I would put it down before you physically open the door, just to set yourself up for success just in the beginning. You won't have to do this forever. You have the treat in your hand, and I almost want it to be like a bigger treat, like the Stewart's freeze-dried liver treats that we suggest on our page, because they sometimes come in bigger chunks, and that's what I would use. I would just kind of cup it in your palm, and you're gonna kind of like put that right in your dog's face as you come in, and you're gonna get down on their level. Versus standing up, and your dog is forced to jump because they want to see you. They want to see your face. They don't want to see your thighs. And you get down on their level. They're going to be encouraged to keep all 4 paws on the floor, right? You're treating them, and you're not shoving that treat in their mouth. You're almost cupping it and keeping it there for them to kind of keep their focus on and to be kind of nibbling at. And then you're petting them, you're talking to them excitedly, but calmly, like good girl, good boy, versus yes, good boy. You don't want to like jump them up in excitement. You want to like bring it down. And help them balance out their low impulse control. That's the problem here. They have low impulse control. They don't know how to bring their level down to a normal. So you have to help them. You're talking to them, you're petting them, you're giving them all the physical attention that they're looking for. And you're also feeding them, which keeps them centered. It brings them back down from crazy town. Once you do this, then you can slowly stand up and transition into another part of your home, while also talking to them and kind of engaging with them, versus the sit, wait, don't move type of thing. You can go into the kitchen or somewhere else in your house and do a little bit of a training session after that, but I don't want the commands to be connected to you coming physically in the front door. If we show them and give them that platform to calm themselves down naturally, by giving them those tools, you'll see it much quicker. And then also using this when guests come in. So if you're already inside your home, you're doing the same method as people are coming through the door. You're on their level. And as your guests come in, you can ask them to kind of bend over for a second. Again, you're feeding them, you're talking to them, calming themselves down, encouraging them to keep all 4 paws on the floor, and having the guests pet them, give them that attention. And then we transition, and then you hand off a frozen marrowbone or a Kong. And you could do the same thing if it's just you, but of course you're gonna have to get to the kitchen. So you're just keeping all of this in mind. You're having these things ready. You're being proactive. If you can do that and you can be proactive during these times, you're gonna see a way better dog over time in terms of behavior, because you are doing it consistently and they're learning, okay, this is what I do when you come home. This is what I do when you come home. This is what I do when guests come over. And they can kind of keep that going as their routine versus getting all overstimulated, hitting 10, jumping all over the place, getting the zoomies, mouthing your arms. We want to avoid those things. And the way to do that is we're not distracting them. We're just giving them better options.
Okay.
Long-winded.
Yeah, very. But I think you got to the point. And that's obviously one of many ways to do it.
Yes.
That's just
my preferred way.
And then that's different from how you would do it if it was guests.
Yes.
I don't want to get into that because we've already done it a million times. So if somebody specifically asks, we'll do it. But it's different. I would not do that method for guests. That's for you coming home, and it's.
I would do that for guests too. Like I said.
I thought you liked the sitting, waiting, opening the door.
You can do that. That's teaching over a period of time. Like you said, the way I just went over it, that's my preferred method from the beginning. You can work on the wait command with the door. There's so many facets of this. Like there's also the part about that the door is like forbidden fruit. We never let them near the door. We go out, we come in through the door. There's a lot of emotions attached to it, but we never let them experience the door. So it's like they want to bum rush it. So working with the door, desensitizing to the door is a whole other ballpark. So using the wait cue and opening the door and getting them used to the door opening in general and people being on the other side is great for low impulse as well. But with the season coming, a lot of people, and it depends on your family and what you tend to do and in your personalities, if you do not have the patience to do the door open method, the first method I just went over is your better option. And it also depends on your dog. Some dogs really struggle with the door open method. They really have a hard time. I have 2 Frenchies that I've been training for a while and they really struggle with this. But mom has 2 kids under 2 at home. She's alone all day with them. Dad's not 100% on board. So they struggle with that, right? So the one I went over first is the better option for her, right? So yeah, there's a couple different ways to do it, but teaching the dog to wait will help them with low impulse control around the clock, regardless of what's going on, right? They need to learn that first before you would attack it when people come over.
And you would eventually graduate to not having to do that every time you walked in the house.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you're not going to be doing the
That's
treats
just
for
for
the
the
rest of your
learning.
life. It's just it's really them learning how to manage their emotions
Until that behavior's been replaced.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. So we have another question. I'll let you ask this one.
No, you're good.
No, but I'm going to answer it.
Oh, okay. I don't like asking myself
No,
questions, so I was unaware that that's.
just-
I've never seen these
Let
questions
me
before.
put me to work here. The first
Which one am I doing?
The
first one?
Yeah.
If your dog is choking on something, what should you do?
Who's question from?
That is from my Aunt Dodie.
Shout out, Aunt Dodie.
Shout
That
out.
is an awesome question.
It is
we
a
have
good
actually
question.
never addressed that on this podcast or any other content. So that's a scary situation. It's something that typically you want to have some preparedness in. So watching this video or listening to this podcast is your first step. You have a few options. If they're choking on food or like something that they've eaten, first things first is you can grab their legs and hold them up like a wheelbarrow. Front legs still on the ground, and you're going to allow gravity and their own safety mechanisms to try and force that object
Like their
out.
gag reflex.
Right. If that's not working, you can try just like you would on a human, where you take your palm like this, you're going to tuck your fingers in, you're going to try and make something blunt to hit them, and you're going to square right between the shoulder blades, and you want to force,
Okay.
create that downward force.
Now, what position should the dog be in?
All fours standing up.
All four standing up.
Preferably.
Okay.
Now, if that's not working, you can look for the rib cage, right where it goes to the abdomen, the soft part. You can literally just do a Heimlich like you would on a human.
Okay.
If the dog is not too heavy, you can hold them up. Do you remember that picture of me and Harper?
Yes.
Literally like
just
that.
thinking of that.
And I'll
from the
overlay that
SPCA,
on the video. You can literally do that and Heimlich like you would on a person. If they're too big, you can try, to sandwich your hands, one on the back, one on the abdomen. You're going to thrust hard and up towards their throat.
Well,
from the
people
abdomen.
always get better strength when they're stressed. So
Yeah.
like if on a good
Yeah.
day your dog's too heavy for you, but then you're stressed because your dog may be choking, you may be
Yeah.
picking them up way easier than you would think, because adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
But don't be afraid of hurting them. You need to focus on getting that object
Yeah.
out. And then there's another situation that is actually really common, especially for the larger dogs that love to play ball in the back. They will get the ball and they'll choke on it.
Wow.
And it'll
I've never
get
seen
blocked entirely in their throat. When this happens, a lot of times you can see the lump of the ball in their throat. And really what you do then,
that. Just push it up.
if you can get them on their back, if you can have help restraining, have some help restraining, but you just basically put your thumbs at the base of the ball
Push
and
it
you
forward.
push hard and forward, and basically
That's crazy.
I believe it's called the external extraction technique.
You would know that.
So straight out and up. I'll overlay a video of that as well.
Okay.
And those are your primary methods. If it's another thing to remember is that when a dog is choking, they're scared. So even the nicest dog, we always use Oaklee as an example. If he were to break his leg and have to go to the vet, we worry about him biting us because he's in pain and he's scared. And if a dog is choking, they're really scared. And every single fight or flight reflex is kicking on. Be really careful. One of the methods that is like approved to use is, much like in people, a finger sweep if you could see the object.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be careful. If it's not a dog that you're really comfortable with, be aware that you can get bit.
Yeah,
And that-
I actually did that the other day with Tishi. She was
Mhm.
choking on her bully stick. And
See?
I just went in there.
See?
I went in, and thankfully,
Yeah, but you know her and you know her temperament.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
Finger
would
sweep if
I
you're
do that to Pudge immediately? Probably not.
I think she would only let me do
I
that.
would probably do it, but I would expect to get bit.
Remember when she was choking on the piece of plastic?
Oh, God, yeah. Good times.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's an awesome question. So remember those tactics of your typical back blow, your Heimlich, and again, the Heimlich should be under the ribs on the soft part of the abdomen, and you're pushing up
So that air.
so that you're going under the ribs, and all that force is coming up. And if that doesn't work, if they have an obvious obstruction there that you can push out with your hands, do that technique. And don't waste time. If you're not successful, get them to the vet as fast as you can. That's all. That's the best advice I can give you. that leads me to, we found, honestly, it was our friends Carla and Frank who found this.
What?
The product, the bully stick holder.
Oh,
They
yes.
found it like a year ago before it was really big, and I guess they didn't scale their production to where it was now, this company, and it was like almost $50
Yeah.
per thing, and I think they only had like 1 or 2 sizes. It's literally, how would you describe it? It's like a bone shape with a twisting knob.
Yeah, bone shape. The center of it has a circle that's hollow, but it's got this little mechanism in it that on the end of one of the bone shapes, you turn the knob and this little like pointy thing comes out and you screw it into the bully stick. And on the other side where that pointy part is almost like grooves for the bully stick to like stick into.
Yeah.
So when you turn it, it wedges between both.
Right. So it's literally, it holds the end of the bully stick.
Or the center, whatever you want to do.
You could put it wherever, but the whole idea is that nubbin at the bottom that gives everybody anxiety and stress when your dog starts working through, they can't eat the nubbin. All they can do is chew it all the way down to the nubbin, and then all they have is this device.
Do you know what's great though? What I just realized, because we were just using them this past weekend, my sister brought her son, Jackson, and all 3 dogs had bully sticks. So we have 3 of them. I have one for Pudge and one for the other 2. And I gave Jackson Pudge's and he loved it. Of course, he was like thinking it was the best thing ever. But I put them all in the center, right? So they could chew on both sides. And then it got down to the nub in the middle. But because they could still lick and kind of slightly chew on, once it gets down to like the nub, it's still in this mechanism. He was like throwing it up in the air and like still trying to chew it. Like it kept him busy way longer than a normal bully stick would, because he could still taste it and he knew there was still stuff there, but he couldn't chomp on it the way he did the rest of the bully.
Yeah.
And it kept Oaklee way busier than normally. Oaklee can chew a bully in like a minute flat.
It's still a slight investment. I think the Oaklee size was like in the $30 range, and then Pudge was down like the 20s.
Do you know what though? Oaklee's, the one that I got, I think it was the large or the extra large. He didn't need it that big, honestly. Like I could have got 2 of the mediums, like I got for Tishi if I needed to. I don't think the biggest. I think it depends also what bullies you're getting.
Yeah. Like
ours aren't that thick. They make really thick ones. We don't really get those. I get the best bullies from Amazon, and the mediums is fine. Like that would have been fine for Oaklee. So I think I went a little too crazy with the size.
I know it's Bow Wow Labs is the company that makes them. Is it just bully stick holder? What do they call it?
I'm really not sure. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, but it's really it's genius is really what it is. And now it's at a price point where it's realistic for us to say like, hey, we're gonna get these for our dogs and we're gonna recommend them. Now that we used them, we really recommend them, and it could save your dog's life, and that's why choking led me to that.
Bow Wow Labs store. Bully safety device, bully stick holder for dogs.
There you go, bully safety device. So we will link to that.
Okay, so here are the prices.
These are the prices as of November 29th, 2022. So it's subject to change.
The extra small is $27. The small, which I got for Pudge, is $29. The medium is $34. Large is $35. The extra large is $37. And then double XL is $39. So anywhere from a little under $30 to almost $40. Depends on what you want.
But for the peace of mind, like, because
it's sturdy though. Like it's,
no, yes, it's
like Jackson was like playing with it and chewing on it. Like it made like small little dents, but like it's gonna take a punch. Like it's not gonna.
It's super chewer sturdy.
Yes, it really is.
And the peace of mind, like we never give bullies when we leave the house. I would be comfortable giving bullies.
I would too.
And it would last long.
Yep.
So I feel like it's a game changer.
See, they have other ones on here like
different styles.
Go Sports. No, different. Like yes, but like different brands. Go Sports Chew Champ Bully Stick Holder for dogs. I wouldn't even purchase this one. It's only $20. And I don't know. It doesn't look as sturdy to me. It's the same concept.
So I can't recommend it.
It's the same concept, but it doesn't have the spikes, the other teeth.
Which is probably the patent.
Yeah.
Okay. So highly recommend it. Choking made me think of that because bully sticks are a choking hazard. And
Can you put a yak bone in there? I haven't tried.
No, it's probably way too big.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
All right, you try it. But that being said, we are making a Christmas gift guide
Yes.
for the dog lover in your life and their dog. So we'll have like 2 different versions. But that deserves a spot at the top of the list for sure.
Yes.
So-
Where are we at with our Amazon storefront?
You have to make it.
So nothing yet.
No, not really.
Hmm.
I have a few.
Okay.
I have a few ideas on there.
See, he doesn't let me know I have to do these things.
That's not true. You can roll it back, roll the tape back.
Roll the tape back.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I like it. I think that's a good gift.
You know that since they came in the mail, I've been geeking out over them.
I know, they're really good.
They're really cool. I'm really happy with them.
Me too.
Oh, Tishi woke up.
Here she is.
She heard about the bully sticks.
A little angel. She said, I like boy sticks. Any mental stimulation?
All right, so we
Her tail's wagging.
kind of blasted through that one. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
But you have anything else you want to share, or we'll be back next week. So anything else you think of? If you want your question answered, follow us on Instagram. If you look at our stories, I don't know, like I kind of do it whenever I remember to do it, but I'll put up there the thing on the Instagram story for you to send your question in, and we will answer it on the podcast.
Yeah. And YouTube.
And YouTube. And it'll if it's really good, it'll end up as a reel or a short or a TikTok or something.
People have been liking the reels lately.
Yeah. So thank you if you've listened all the way to the end. If you haven't yet and you listen on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star review. If you're interested in virtual training or any kind of training with us, if you're local to New Jersey, you want to take the trip and attend one of our group classes, everything you need to know is at pawsomeuniversity.com, and you can schedule everything from there and reach out to Jamie.
And if you have any questions about what option's best for you, either shoot me an email or set up a 10-minute consultation call.
Do the free consult and see if it's even right for you, and if so, which what do you recommend that's going to be the best for them? And now that you have these bundles, people are already giving feedback. They really like the bundles, so check those out as well.
Yep.
All right, so that wraps that one up. I'm going to go edit this down and get it up
and running.
And you're going to go do some more stuff that you have to do.
I got a lot of shit to do today.
Really? We made it through with no curse words.
Oh, sorry.
All right, well, that's all we have for this week.
Class dismissed.